Welcome to our Cell City project titled One Less Lonely Cell. The mitochondria is the site of ATP production, and it breaks down chemicals that hold together nutrient molecules in food, in comparison to Tinder Plus, which allows you to break down blurred profiles to see who likes you. Next is the lysosome, which handles the garbage, dismantles bacteria remnants, worn-out organelles, and other materials. This is in comparison to the unmatch button, so that when you have inappropriate people message you, you can unmatch and throw out the garbage. Next, we have DNA, which is the matching system of bases in our cells. This is in comparison to the matching system on Tinder because this codes for matching with people while you're swiping. Next, we have chromosomes that pair together to form things like our sex. This is in comparison to the preference button on Tinder because you can set your preference for who you want to see, like men, women, or everyone. RNA uses information from DNA to make connections with specific proteins. This is in comparison to our BIOS because we construct our BIOS to make connections with others. mRNA carries the gene-based sequence. This is in comparison to messaging because we have the ability to carry out conversations through the messaging feature.
The rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein synthesis with amino acids being produced. This compares to Tinder, which produces relationships. The cisterna prevents any redundant enzymatic activity, which compares to bug fixes and updates that make sure all the coding is up to date and in order. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is where lipids are made and added to proteins, which compares to your own personal settings that fit to you and add to who you are. The cell membrane has hydrophilic heads and hydrophobic tails that make up the phospholipid bilayer, allowing things to move in and out of the cell, which compares to swiping left or right, which gives you the option to let someone into your life or not. The cytoskeleton molds the distinctive structures of the cell and positions organelles, which compares to the new matches bar, which positions users based on when you matched with them. Microtubules provide cellular movements, change the length of the tubule by adding or removing tubulin molecules, and they are the least flexible, which compares to the superlike because you only get one per day, which adds to the likelihood of you matching with someone which is not flexible.
Microfilaments enable cells to withstand stretching and compression. They are very flexible. This is in comparison to the age and distance bars because they allow for flexible distances and ranges to help you match with people who are in those categories. The nucleus is the largest structure and it separates DNA within the cell. This is in comparison to creator Sean Rad, who is the creator of the largest dating app. The nucleolus is where ribosome structure takes place. This is in comparison to software structures because the app needs software to help it grow. The nuclear envelope is a double-layered membrane that protects the nucleus. This is in comparison to security policies on Tinder because they protect the users of the app. Nuclear pores allow movement of some molecules in and out of the cell. This is in comparison to the reporting button because you can remove those who don't belong.
The Golgi apparatus is the processing center. It has flat membrane enclosed sacs, and this is where sugars are synthesized, which compares to adding pictures to the app because the app has to process them to make sure they are appropriate. Ribosomes are the catalyst for protein synthesis, which compares to the users on Tinder because without people using the app, there is no app, so they are essentially the app's catalyst. Cytoplasm protects organelles, which compares to the privacy policy, which protects personal information of the users. Vacuoles and vesicles are how proteins exit the endoplasmic reticulum and then transport them to the Golgi apparatus, which compares to the boost button, which moves you to the top pick of your area for the day.